What's going on? What's going on? It's your favorite trans girl here on YouTube, Molly Carter. So today's video is going to be a different type of video. So FYI, I am running like a cold. I do have a cold. So there's going to be a lot of editing out of me coughing, child. So I know it sounds like a little nauseated, things of that nature, but you know, I just felt like it was on my spirit to film a YouTube video for you guys. As you guys know, I told you guys I'm taking things back very old school, Molly Carter style. I do have me a drink here. I've been trying Terramana, tequila. I really don't care for tequila, but this bitch I paid for it, so bitch we gonna see what it do. And I mixed it with some orange juice. Okay, it's a lot of things that's on my mind that I want to talk to you guys about. So the first topic at hand is definitely starting a new chapter in my life. And I feel like, you know, I'm always in tune with Beyonce. And I know y'all probably be like, oh girl, you want to be Beyonce, but it feels like every era or every album that she releases, like, is so in tune with me. And a year ago, when Beyonce said, you know, Renaissance was coming, and I already knew that was her album title anyway, but when she said that, and then how Break My Soul came at the perfect fucking time. Like, I have endured so much in the last 4 years of me living in Atlanta. And I do still live in Atlanta, by the way. So I've endured so much. You guys have seen a lot of the things I have endured, the highs, the lows, and I'm very appreciative of everything that I've experienced with living in Atlanta and a lot of the things that I've learned. I'm appreciative of the people that I have come past by and I've shared memories with, whether I no longer deal with them or whether we still deal with each other or not. I'm very, very grateful. But with that comes trauma. I just feel like, you know, a renaissance is really coming. A new era of my life is approaching, I will say that. Without saying a lot, you know. And I was having a conversation with my mom, and she kind of said something to me, and I was like, girl, no shade. Like, I would have never thought that would be happening either. I won't tell you exactly what, but if you could pinpoint certain things, then, you know, it is what it is. But I'm not telling y'all what's what now, okay? But if you know, you know. You know, I just feel like I'm having a full circle moment. And as you know, as y'all can see, like I'm glowing and I'm more happier than ever. And I'm grateful for having or for taking a trip back home to my hometown, Richmond, because it gave me a breath of fresh air outside of me having a fucking cold and getting sick. But a year ago, I noticed that I no longer was depressed when I visited. I always used to visit once a year. You know, I am happy and I'm thrilled that I can come back to my home city and I can feel the new energy, the new wave of energy. I want to be a part of the awakening or the golden age or the renaissance that's happening in my own city, you know? Anyway, not too much into that, but just know a lot of things are happening and I'm preparing for a lot of things that are happening in a positive light. And I pray to God that all of you out there are having good things happening in your life, even though with the brinks of COVID and a pandemic and monkeypox. A lot of people are like, oh, bitch, you got COVID, you got COVID. It's like, no, girl, I don't have COVID. Because I can still eat and smell and taste and, you know, things of that nature. And I don't feel ill or anything. So I know it's not COVID, but once I get back home, I will be doing a COVID test to definitely make sure. Yeah, I definitely had a COVID scare, but I know for a fact this is just a common cold. Because I definitely went to the pool, and after I went to the pool, that's when this happened, and my mom's house is cold, so, and y'all know me, I don't go anywhere. So, that's another thing, my body's just not used to me being outside, you know? Like I told y'all, I'm slowly trying to get acclimated with being outside and being around people again. And I was having a conversation with my mom today, and she kind of brought something up. And I was like, well, you know, Mom, like, I really deal with social anxiety really bad. And she was like, well, you need to go see a therapist. And I was like, whoa, like, whoa, like my mom saying this. You know, my mom sees a therapist now, which I'm happy for her. I'm happy for everybody. You know, my sisters see therapists, and I'm not gonna say I'm against seeing a therapist. I think for me, like I was having a conversation with my sisters earlier, it's just gonna be kind of hard for me to just instantly go see a therapist, and then we'll seek a therapist or search for a therapist when you are ready, because you don't want to just go and to jump into, oh, I'm going to see a therapist, and you're not ready. You know, you have to mentally be ready to see a therapist. And personally, right now, I'm in a good space in my life. And like I told them, it's not that I don't need therapy, because I think everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs a person that they need to, you know, talk to and rely on, to release their feelings and have a non-biased opinion about. I think for me, um, it would probably be good, but I'm just not in a headspace right now to be going to a therapist. Emotions and everything I've ever gone through, and I heal through. I'm sorry, if y'all can hear that refrigerator. I heal through my art, whether that's making music, whether that's me dancing, whether that's me, you know, alcohol here and there, you know, whether that's me writing poetry or journaling or taking pictures or doing videos like this. Like, those are my forms of therapy, and I do know that sometimes that form may not be enough, but even with just writing my book, or my books, those were forms of therapy for me. And you know, everybody has their own forms of therapy. Hey, personally right now it's just not the time for me to be going to see a therapist. um However, I'm giving myself by December, I'll be going to see a therapist. I do know that I use alcohol, so maybe there's a little bit of alcohol abuse. I do know that I use alcohol to suppress anything I'm going through. And not to say I'm going through anything now, but I use alcohol to just make me feel good. Like drunk and things of that nature, but sometimes even when I do, I drink to get numb. But I guess I'm just saying all this and all to say, I do know that it is a problem that I am having. Because drinking every day is not okay. Even if you're drinking a beer or even if you're drinking it, like, it's not okay. And it doesn't do well for the body. But I do know that it is a fight that I'm going to have to fight in the long-term purposes. Because, yeah. And even when it comes to wine, you know, I used to drink wine. But when I would get the box wine, you know, I would go ahead and have like 4 to 10 cups of fucking wine, and by the second or third day, the box wine is gone. You know, so I do know I am acknowledging there are certain signs and symptoms of certain things. So maybe therapy would be good. I'm not gonna say I never said it wasn't gonna be good. Y'all see this? I'm having a fucking full circle moment right now, bitch. And when I don't get alcohol, like if I don't go at least, if I have to go 2 to 3 days without alcohol, I'm gonna be a bitch. I hoes love smoking weed every day. I mean, I like to have a drink every day. So, I mean, is that really a problem? Y'all are my hearts.